Hello, fam. Um, so it happened again where I didn't clean for a day, and now this is my life. Um, I want to be very transparent. I clean more than just these videos, just so you're aware. It's just small space, 5 people. It's gonna get messy. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I blame him for all of it. It's all your fault. No, just kidding. It's me. But my phone is dying, so I have to. The camera remains here until it can get a charge. But I just wanted to slap some stuff on video. So here we go. Welcome. So, if you can't tell, my priority was just getting the house clean, and so yeah, you get a sideways angle. You know, you can't win them all. Yeah, I slapped some music on. I think I did. Can't remember what music I put on initially. I ended up switching it to Trap Christmas. If you're a fan of techno beats and you love Christmas, Trap Christmas music is where it's at. I know that sounds so stupid, but whatever. So when I'm saying I didn't clean for a day, I literally mean like less than 24 hours. This morning I couldn't get a pep in my step, so this was after we picked up Lily from school, and then we went and picked up some items from JCPenney because I really wanted to do Christmas pictures this year. It looks like they might be needing to be handed out on Christmas, but you know, next year we'll strive for better, and this year is the first step. And I can't believe this. We're already 2 minutes in, 3 minutes in, 2 minutes, and I'm not even on screen. It's just, oh, Ranger was just having a fit, and I was gonna cut this out, but then I left it in because I was just like, this is my life, and I don't want to sugarcoat anything. Sometimes you have the best intentions and life says something else. So right here, I'm just throwing all those on my husband's chair so that I can, that's all the stuff that needs to be hung up in that front closet. See, here I am trying to feed him crackers, and he wasn't having it. So I eventually go and get food and end up having to have a whole feeding session right in the middle of my attempted clean. But yeah, like I said, it's just how things go sometimes. But so if you see, my husband's jacket is hanging up on the door right there. He has ADHD, and that's kind of what I use to explain away his idiocracy sometimes, because he can't take the extra one step to grab a hanger and put it in the closet. No, it has to be if he uses something daily, it has to be just like quick grab it. That's why the basket for all of his toiletries is on the counter in the bathroom. And even then, sometimes I have to pick it up and put it in his basket because he just doesn't think about it. It just doesn't bother him. Which, you know, I can't fault him. It's who he is. It's not my fault that I have OCD, or his fault that I have OCD tendencies and he has ADHD tendencies. I mean, it makes for quite a few fights, but, you know, we just do our best and try to have grace. Okay, this is comical watching me feed my son when he's not even in frame. Don't mind me just making funny faces at the air. um oh yeah, and when we went to pick up the few items from the JCPenney, I did the like parking lot pickup or whatever where they bring it out to you. And it just kept on like saying that, "Oh, sorry, it's taking so long." It wasn't giving me like an update whether they received my stuff or whatever. Like I knew it was at the store, but it wasn't telling me if an associate was working to find my stuff. And during that wonderful time, both sons were grumpy and crying, and I was having Lily try and help them, and then at one point I was just like, "Lily, thank you for your effort, but it's not helping. Can you go sit down?" And she went and sat back down, and I was sitting there just like trying to turn up the radio, trying to drown him out, and then I just snapped, and I was just like, "Lily!" And she, I have a minivan, so she's all the way in the third row. I was like, "Lily!" And she's, "What?" I'm like, "Come here." And she climbed past the children, or the two boys, over the center console, out through the front door with me. And I closed the door, and she looks at me and is just staring at me. And I was like, "What? Did you want to be left in there?" Because, you can only soothe someone so long before it's just like, I'm removing myself before somebody gets hurt. And she just looked at me with like the most sympathetic eyes and was like, "Nope, thanks, Mom." And then she like walked over and was like stepping in snow and just enjoying not being in the car with those hooligans. She's so sweet, and she's at such a fun age right now. It's like just her personality, and like we've come to a point where her and I have like a mutual respect, mutual understanding. So I can talk to her and say, "Hey, I'm overwhelmed. Leave me alone." And she can come to me and say, "Hey, Mom, you're being mean and I don't like it. So I'm going to go do something else." And it's taken quite a bit to get us to this point, but yeah, she makes me very proud, and I love her very much. And then, what am I doing on screen? Oh, just more tidying. Again, I take the there's the never-ending fight with my pants. These were the only leggings that I could find, mostly due to the fact that the clean laundry, only half of it is up here and the other half is still in my car from Tuesday, because Tuesday is laundry day. Oh, and then my mom, I was talking to her today, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, I nicknamed Tuesday Tornado Tuesday because when you come over, that's what it feels like." Because she's an empty nester, and her and my father are, what was the term? Neatnacks? Or something like that, where you walk into their house and everything has a place and is put in its place. And that's just the season of life they're in, so they're not used to mess. They're not used to things not being in their place. So it's funny. I gotta bring my boys over and shake up their life every once in a while. And every once in a while, I mean, literally every Tuesday. Oh, there I am putting diapers away. Those are Ranger diapers. Ryder is still in diapers too. I've come to the understanding with myself that I will not pressure him to potty train. So with my daughter, when I first met her, I was, let's see here, I believe I was 20. I was either 19 or 20. I was 20, pretty sure. And she was 2.5. And she was pee potty trained when I came into her life. And I just got it in my mind that, well, if she's pee potty trained, there's no reason we can't get her to go poo on the toilet. And I just put so much stress on her over it. And we figured it out. And when we really buckled down, it only took a week or two for her to actually grasp pooping on the toilet. But that was 8 years ago now, and it doesn't make a lick of difference whether she was in diapers for a few months more or not. And I remember how stressed out she got, and I just don't want to do that to my boys. And so one of my sayings that I always tell my daughter is, know better, do better. So we don't fault ourselves for our actions in our past. We just take the information that we learn from our past and we bring it into the future and we do better. So that's what I'm doing. So my generalized goal for Ryder, because he's a boy, because Lily was potty trained. She was very smart, and she still is smart, but she was very smart for her age when she was potty training, and she was speaking full on conversations. And Ryder is slowly getting there, but it's very apparent to me that his speech is just a little bit delayed. And he has a medical condition where he has low to no vision in one of his eyes. And you're probably why are you bringing that up? It has affected the rate of his speech, because in those early months, babies mimic your mouth movements, and that will lead to speech. So because he had such a hard time trying to see someone's face, and he wasn't exposed to as much visual stimulation as someone like Lily or even Ranger, so his speech is a little bit delayed. So anyways, that he's a boy, and my not wanting to pressure him, our goal is 3, be potty trained by 3.5. And again, that's a super soft number. This mom of 8, I listened to her rant on potty training, and she said, yeah, I just wait until they're ready. And when they're ready, they're ready. And there's no reason to rush it. Honestly, I'd 100% prefer to change a dirty diaper than to have to deal with an accident, because diapers are designed to absorb those liquids. Clothes are not. Wow, I can't believe I just went on that long of a tangent on potty training. But again, that's the season of life I'm in. Poop and pee is a prevalent part of every day. And now, I thought this was so funny. So I vacuumed the part of the rug where I put Ranger. And then immediately when I started vacuuming the other side of the rug, he pulled his brother's plate off of the stool that we use as his table and dumped a bunch of taquito crumbs immediately after I vacuumed. I was like, you know what? The dog can clean up the mess, and whatever he doesn't get, it doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. I just moved on. And then I was wondering, so I cleaned the majority of the kitchen with this angle. This is with the tripod on the table, and was just trying it out, but so you don't get like an up close view of what I'm doing per se, but you get like the more generalized view. So I don't know. Let me know if you have an opinion one way or the other. Oh, here's, I don't know why everything comes in boxes. Like, no, I get it, but it's just frustrating because it takes up space. I don't know how many boxes I'm pretty sure I ended up taking out like 6 boxes with this just quick tidy. Like, this isn't even a deep clean. I'm drowning in mess. I need to do some, I don't know, get a floaty. And then this basket that you saw me dump those granola bars in, I really like this system. So that basket has things for, I call that one the snack basket. All of the baskets technically have snacks in them, but the snack basket is specifically designed for anyone to get into at any time of the day and get something to eat. So that way when my daughter is like, I'm starving, and it's like, well, we still have an hour till dinner. Go get something. Oh, that was sad. I had to throw away a pound of hamburger. Anyways. Oh, that was a sneeze. I was like, what the heck? So in the basket that is down low and most able to be reached by my kids, that's the snack basket. Anyone can have anything out of there. The one up from that is the cracker basket, because if I allowed my children to eat crackers, they literally wouldn't eat anything else. They love carbs, love bread, love crackers. And then the basket on top is candy. So obviously the most out of reach. I had to put my pancake mix up there because my son loves pancakes and was literally like grabbing it down and bringing it to me when he was hungry. Oh, and then you see those pails, I guess, what are buckets? Buckets. My wonderful husband just bought me those. They are for bulk storage, and they are designed specifically for food. It's not the plastic that you have to worry about. It's the seal. The seal that keeps all the moisture and bugs out. That's very important. And I had, unbeknownst to me, I didn't even know that was a thing, because like my pantry is in a cool, dark place. There's not a lot of heat going on, it's like, it's the perfect place for a pantry. But when I got into baking, I think a year or two ago, I got a bag of flour from Costco, so a 25-pound bag, and I didn't pay much attention to it. And then one day, while I was cooking, I found a bug in my flour, and I was mortified. I think I still had like 10 pounds of that bag left, and I'm pretty sure I threw away most of it because I was just grossed out, and it was just such a bummer. So that's really been on my to-do list to get those, and then they were on sale for Black Friday, and the gentleman I was like, they're expensive because they're specifically designed for food, but like I really want them. And he said, it's important to you. It means that you can cook and do your job better as a wife. So as soon as he got paid, he put it in the cart, and he bought them for me. And that's just the kind of man my husband is. Sometimes he's a dumbass. What's my not dumbass, but asshole. He's my favorite asshole, and he shows his compassion through gifts. That is his love language, and that is not my love language. I am an acts of service person. So early on in our marriage, it was really difficult for us to, well, not early on, it was when the kids were introduced, the two boys were introduced into our marriage, that that really became like an issue. But now that I've become such a nerd when it comes to how people's minds work, and that's why I bring up ADHD and the OCD so much, because the more you can recognize in yourself or your partner and understand how their brain works, because everyone's brain works differently, and you're going to react differently to everyone's brains. So the more knowledge you have, the better that you can just digest that information and act accordingly. So for me, learning to appreciate when he buys things like that for me has really helped me love him more. It really has, because it's not just, oh, he doesn't want to put the effort in, and so it's just easier for him to buy me something. No, he's taking his hard-earned money and purchasing something that is important to me, because if it's important to me, it's important to him. And so I don't know, again, a tangent. That's what these videos are for. They're for tangents. And then Ranger here was screaming his head off, and life hack, if I just put him where I am and I give him something that is in the same genre of what I'm doing, so I gave him like a kitchen spoon. It's not his toy, it's new, it's exciting, and it entertains him. And he really won't play with his toys. Like, he will, but they won't really keep him entertained and occupied. He really does love just, like everyday items. And here's peanut butter for him. I can't believe this. He ate all of this spoonful of peanut butter. He just is becoming so well versed in eating. It boggles my mind that my itty bitty baby is just this eating machine. He eats, he still drinks bottles, and it's just, yeah, it's crazy how fast time goes by. He is officially 9 months old. Oh my gosh. I am not prepared for his first birthday. It's like right around the corner, right? He is February 24th. So it's literally like 2-3 months away. 3 months. Oh my gosh. Oh, and here I was another little tip for you. When you introduce new stock into your pantry, go through your back stock. And so for me to do that, for me to do it effectively, I remove everything in that genre. So right now I'm putting away Ranger's food. And so I took everything out, I wiped it off, and I was doing a little celebration because I got rid of one of those baby food, like what they ship them in. But yeah, the whole back stock in pantry is super important, because if you're not using something, it's going to go bad and it's a waste of money. So you want to buy stuff that you use. You want to pay attention to what you use, because if you're not using something and it goes bad, you're literally throwing away your money. So all that prepper stuff is it, in the Bible, it does want you to have a back stock of food to be able to provide for yourself. But I don't think that doing crazy prepping stuff, like the preppers, like end of the world preppers, that's not what God wants you to do, because unless you're going to be consuming that food at some point, you're just being wasteful. And I'm pretty sure there's something about not being wasteful in the good book. Oh my gosh. First off, I don't know how I feel like this is the worst of both worlds for camera angle. It's not low enough to see the sink. It's not high enough to see my face. Whatever. This pan, it's a mini muffin pan. It's silicone. And I have a very love-hate relationship with it. Because it's silicone, I don't need to use any paper liners. So, like, points there for being environmental or whatever. But washing it, if you can see, like, I tried to do it quickly and it just was not having it. I literally had to pop out each one of these and scrub it. So it's like, I don't know if I want to. I'm thinking about going to the Goodwill and trying to find a big metal one, because the recipes that I read, they say that, like, once your muffins cool, they shrink, so you still won't have to use liners. But this was another gift from my husband. We were at Walmart and I think it was on clearance, and it was only a few dollars. And it was one of those things where I was like, oh, I want it, but I don't want to spend the money because I'm a cheapo. And Conrad was like, are you going to make me muffins? And I said, yes. He said, is it going to bring you happiness? I was like, yes. He's like, okay, then we're buying it. He actually does that a lot. You see that pan right there? That wonderful white pan? He just bought me a new set. And these pans, they're like the granite type. So they're a little bit thicker. But the non-stick performance on these types of pans, it boggles my mind. It is just wonderful. They do take some time to heat up, and I attribute that to the fact that they are thicker. But once they are hot, the heat transference is fine, and, like, it's a pan. It works like a pan. But the non-stick aspect is just phenomenal. Not to mention, they're super cute. That's why I picked them out. And then, just washing all these garbage by hand, because if you want it to stay sharp, that's how you do it. You wash them by hand because you don't want to expose them to extra heat in the dishwasher, blah, blah, blah. You all know. I was talking to my mom's friend, Treva. I called my mom, and Treva was over at her house. And she was mentioning how she was cleaning and how she wanted to clean on the top of her cabinets. And I just wanted to pop in here real quick and say something that I had no idea. Magic erasers are amazing for grease. I mean, magic erasers are magic. They work for a plethora of things. But they work on grease like nobody's business. So I suggested to her to do that. Like a warm soapy water with just some dish soap. And then use that magic eraser. And because I have cleaned a plethora of dusty grease, and oh my gosh, it might be my least favorite thing to wash. Like, I love cleaning, but dusty grease is one of those things that it's like, it's not fun. And then another place to use a magic eraser? Am I saying that right? I've been talking for a while, sorry. I forgot how to talk. Is in the bathroom. Like on porcelain, it works so good on porcelain. And on things like faucets, hard water. Oh, I should probably suggest that to my mom and dad. They have a like a transparent glass in their bathroom for the shower, and my dad's always battling soap scum because it's that type of glass shower door is not cheap, so it's not like you want to do anything super abrasive on it, and you don't want a chance scratching it. Oh, I was trying to show you all the peanut butter that came off of my baby. That was... I thought he was crying because he wanted more. He was crying because it was in his eye. So I had to clean him up. And then this here... What am I cleaning? Oh, here's another thing. This pan is really... It's by Pioneer Woman, and the non-stick is pretty good on it. And I know that you can just pop a thing of tinfoil in there, but, you know, I do kind of like the environment, so, like, I try to do my best to reduce, reuse, recycle, and, but I ended up scrubbing for quite a while, so I don't know. What else was I doing? I think I was just wrapping up. Oh, the kids were getting hungry.
Danger. Hi. Hi, baby. Ranger Rex. What are you doing?
So I almost finished all of the hand washing dishes, but then I ended up taking a break so that I could make the kids dinner. And so that's... I was just trying to give myself more content so that I could blabber on more. And just like the idea that, you know, not everything has to be completely done, and it's still important to get as much done as you can. So I had the time, I had the opportunity to clean, I had the opportunity to do some dishes by hand, and I seized the opportunity. I knew that I most likely was not going to have enough time to finish them, but if I don't utilize my time when I have it, then, you know, you're just wallowing in your own self-pity and filth. And then I called my husband, and I was like, "What do you want for dinner? What do you want for dinner?" And he said, "Just make the kids pancakes. They've been asking for pancakes. It's always a crowd pleaser. If it were up to them, that's all they would eat." They would have no nutrition and just pancakes. And then, also about this, that spatula I got, it came with my pans. I'm not one to just buy stuff, really. So, like, I was like, it came with it, so I'm going to use it. It is the single best... Oh, they're not called spatulas anymore, by the way. They're called flippers. I'm serious. They're food flippers. But yeah, so I thought I'd recommend it. It's like Carrot. The brand is Carrot. C-A-R-O-T-E. It's Carrot, whatever. But it's silicone, and there's like a hard plastic in it, but it's surrounded by silicone. So it just was getting it was getting under these pancakes like nobody's business. Like I didn't scrunch up a pancake at all. And yes, I use mini chocolate chips in the pancake batter, and then I sprinkle on milk chocolate chips because I, uh, my son Ryder, he is having a hard time eating right now, and if it doesn't taste like chocolate or if he doesn't see chocolate, then he won't eat it. So I was burnt out at this point, and I was like, I just need him to eat, so I'm gonna do my darndest to make sure that this is as appealing to him as possible. And yeah, so pancakes it was. And then also what I wanted to mention with this clip, you do see me standing here, but that's after I have put away everything from making the pancakes. Oh, here I am. I was standing there and I was like, I should be doing something. And so that's just one of my tips. That's like, if you're in a busy point in your life, like I am, or season, as they say, a busy season of life. If you are standing somewhere and there is something to be done nearby, like I'm waiting for my pancakes, so then I was just putting away my mess. And this is something that my parents, they just have ingrained in them. But they never really verbalized it to me when I was growing up. I mean, they might have, and it just went over my head because I was an ignorant little poop head. But that's something that I've had to learn in my 20s and in my marriage. Like, I didn't realize I was lazy until my husband and I were together for a couple years, like 1 or 2, and just how gross our living space was. And like, I don't want that. When I had my boys, I really was like, it really opened my eyes a lot, that just like, I don't want my kids to think of their home and think it's gross. Like, I want my kids to think of home and feel homey, not grossed out. And here is the biggest mom hack of the entire year. It is these scissors. So they come apart so that you can just plop them in the wash, and you use them to cut everything. No fork and knife needed, and it's just so easy, so much easier. Again, another purchase from my husband. Well, I mean, he buys everything technically because he's the one with a job. But it's one of those things where, like, I had to convince him, especially with those scissors. He's like, don't you have kitchen scissors? I was like, yes, but they don't come apart, and so they rust, and rust is not food grade safe. What are you? No, my husband, he's over there listening in on me. No, I didn't know that. Thanks, babe. Love you. And then this is the last clip, I believe. It was totally failed. Yeah, I should have deleted it, but you know, I want to be transparent, and this is the state of this high chair because I do the free feeding, and it is what it is. Anyways, thanks for watching.
Partner. Apologies for the appearance, but you know, just been busting my booty, sweating it off. So, oh look, I'm being fed. No, put it back, please. So that was about an hour worth of cleaning. There, again, I have to take breaks because of my gremlins. But, and then the last few clips, I know that was kind of new, but I just wanted to show, like, I spent an hour worth of cleaning, and it doesn't even matter because I have dishes on the stove already. I've got a whole bunch of stuff on there, and there's dishes on the table, but that's okay. As long as we're progressing and we're not just wallowing in filth, and the filth is new filth. As long as we're cycling through our filth, then it's okay. We just yeah, so we just can do what we can do, and that's all that anyone can ask from us. With that, I want to say thank you for watching. Hit that like button, possibly subscribe. I got 11 subscribers now. Pretty proud of that. And yeah, God bless and have a wonderful evening.